Yo, what's good? What's good? This be your showtime, pretty much. Plus, we back at it with another video. But yeah, we about to react to most disrespectful defendants. Let's get into it, y'all.
Welcome to Kern County Superior Court in California. Our defendant is 27-year-old Tobias Roman, with multiple charges including attempted robbery, threatening with intent to terrorize, and exhibiting a deadly weapon for stalking a female employee in a mall. While on his feet, the judge proceeds to ask standard questions.
Mr. Roman, what's your true correct name?
Tobias, my first name. That's it. Kilo Tobias. That's it. Don't call me now.
Quite a strange name for someone with multiple criminal charges. With a name like that, he should be the main star of the California circus.
Someone will appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Roman. The charges, Mr. Roman, are attempted robbery. Mr. Roman, you need to be quiet.
The audacity to tell an actual judge to be quiet. The judge couldn't believe what he heard and gives Tobias Roman a final warning.
You have one chance and then you can be removed from the courtroom. That'll be your choice.
And this final warning from the judge comes with another snarky retort from Tobias, and he is told to exit the court. Now let's guess what Tobias Roman will do before he steps out the door. Is he going to A, cuss out the judge, or B, threaten the judge with violence? The answer is all of the above.
That's crazy.
Right.
Like,
Citrusy.
why
Perfect for
disrespect the judge?
The judge heard that loud and clear and rules in accordance.
Record Mr. Roman's statement on the record that he will murder me if he sees me. I'm going to request law enforcement take the appropriate action.
Tobias Roman was sentenced to 8 months in prison for threatening a public official. Of his original charges, all were cleared except threatening with intent to terrorize, which he received 3 years in prison. We take you inside the Jackson County Courthouse and the sentencing of 31-year-old Camia Gomet. She was convicted of first-degree murder in the killing of her boyfriend Marcel Hill. According to the evidence of trial, Gomet made use of a frying pan, a floor lamp, and a large knife which she used to stab her boyfriend 12 times. She claimed self-defense, insisting she believed that Marcel Hill was an intruder. When she was declared guilty, Gomet still stuck to her story.
Is there anything that you want to tell the court before I impose sentence? Is there anything you want to tell the victim's family who are here today?
I just want to say that I stick by the truth, which is that I did react in self-defense. I did love Marcel, and basically the trial, the way I was portrayed, mostly everything was lies. There was a little bit of truth, but mostly I was convicted of lies, and I do plan to appeal it. That's all I have to say.
Judge John McBain disagreed.
Anything you want to tell the court about the 12 stab wounds that you did in self-defense?
The alleged 12 stab wounds?
Well, I don't think the pathologist lied about those.
No, I don't have anything further to say.
Before Gomet's sentencing, the victim's aunt, Deanna Banks Joyner, addressed both Gomet and the court.
You did leave a big hole in our hearts and a void that will never be filled. You took the life of our sister's only child. You took a bloodline out of her family. And we hope that each and every day that you remember the cries of help that he screamed as you plunged that night in his fire.
The defendant appeared to be unfazed by the impact statement from Miss Banks.
We, the family of Marcel, would like to thank God for the special gift that you will receive today from the judge. When I finish, I'll let you know.
Oh, serious?
Just talk again. I'll have the court officer put a piece of duct tape in your mouth. You understand it? Try it one more time and see what happens
Even
in your mouth.
disrespectful.
You got something else to say?
Even with the threat of duct tape, she continues.
Miss Sonia, give the duct tape.
I'll sit here and listen to the lies.
You know what? She's got a right to talk to the court after you murdered a relative of hers. And you're going to shut your mouth or I'm going to have some duct tape put on.
Well, please have
All right. We'll wait here for a moment so we can get her quiet.
While the judge waits for duct tape to arrive, he allows Banks to continue.
Remember Marcel and the love you had for him as we ask God to teach us to learn to forgive you because there is no love.
And then the prosecutor takes her own shot at Gomet without holding back.
Quite frankly, I have no idea how she just did that with the composure that she did. I thank God also that that jury made the only right decision. And that is that today we have no choice but to send her where she will also die.
But before the session was over, it was Judge McBain who had the last word.
This is one of the worst cold-blooded murders I've seen in a long time. You end up ultimately hit him in the head so hard with a pan that you actually caved in the front of his skull, and then you stabbed him no less than 12 times. You gutted him like a fish in that apartment, too. You were relentless. You stabbed, you stabbed, you stabbed, you stabbed, you stabbed until he was dead. I agree with the family. I hope you die in prison as well. You know, if this was a death penalty state, you'd be getting a chair.
Judge McBain sentenced Gomet to life in prison without the chance of parole. This is the prosecution.
That's what you
of
get,
20-year-old
girl.
Spencer Boston. He was charged with speeding and marijuana possession 2 months prior. In court, he goes on to give a brief, moving speech about the nature of marijuana.
Yeah, he
and
lit
unfairness
the-
of the law.
Sir, I think it's very
They went
unfair
up in
that
the
marijuana
courthouse.
is here.
Crazy.
I think we the
Why
people
would you do
deserve
that?
better because marijuana is a very harmless drug and it's been around for ages since the 80s and 90s.
But the judge wasn't in the mood.
I've heard that only all my life, so don't go any further on that.
Yes, sir.
I don't know whether it's good or bad. All I know is
Yes,
the state still has it against the law. I swear to uphold the laws, and I have to uphold the laws as a judge. It probably is unfair, but I can't change it. You gotta go see the legislature to get that change. More of it's trial day.
Yeah, we can do that.
The judge tries to secure a trial date with the help of the court employees.
May 7th.
Showing clear remorse for his action, Boston decides to pull out a joint, and nobody notices until he shockingly lights it up.
We the people deserve better.
But he is ushered out of the court by the
That's
court officer,
crazy.
and the
Why
judge
would you like
gives him
one up in
final
court crazy?
Take me to jail.
Another count of marijuana possession is added to his charges, as well as disorderly conduct and contempt of court. Boston is forced to spend 10 days in jail. In the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice, we're here for the sentencing of 25-year-old Amanda Kosel.
There's a lot of things that you can do, and your life doesn't have to be over because of a poor choice. You just have to accept responsibility for it and find a way to make something positive out of a very negative situation.
Amanda Kosel has been found guilty of driving under the influence, causing a fatal accident, which claimed the lives of 31-year-old Jerome Zerker and severely injured his fiancée, 31-year-old Brittany Johnson. The couple has 5 children. This is Doreen Zerker reading a powerful impact statement written by one of the children of the late Jerome Zerker.
And look what you did to my life.
That's Sizzle? That's the soundtrack of Chipotle.
The soundtrack of Chipotle?
Oh yeah. You come in, you're gonna be hearing that Sizzle. That's how you know that we always have fresh food.
Fresh is what you stand for.
Exactly. You ruined everything I had, like my dad's life.
Amanda is devastated and teary-eyed by the impact statement, but the defendant's family in the gallery could be heard snickering, and Judge Kiana Lillard had this to say.
You can go too. Whoever can sit here at a tragic moment like this and laugh and smile when somebody has lost a family member, this is the court of law. You cannot come down to the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice and act any way you want to act.
That's the defendant's mother, Donna
That's not how
Kosel.
you
Donna Kosel
act.
was brought back to the court and
For
temporarily
nothing in the
sentenced
world.
to 93 days in jail.
Ma'am, you are being taken into custody for criminal contempt. Your disruptive and disrespectful behavior disrupted today's proceedings, and you, ma'am, are going to the Wayne County Jail for 93 days for direct criminal contempt.
With her mother out of the court, Amanda gets her sentence.
Through the sentence of this court that you will serve 3 to 15 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. If there's nothing further, that concludes this matter.
As for her mother, Donna, she spent the night in jail and appeared before Judge Lillard the next morning. With tears in her eyes, she seemed to have learned a lesson after just one night behind bars.
I deeply apologize for what I said in court. I just put nothing in the world. I don't think I make it. It's been very hard for me this year, and I know for the other family, and I'm so sorry for what I did, and I know it was wrong, and I apologize.
Judge Lillard modified Donna's sentence from 93 days to 1 day.
I know people watch a lot of shows on TV where you see different things happening in make-believe courtrooms that give people a skewed sense of reality, but this is real life here, and we just can't have people behaving like that. It can't be tolerated. So I will modify your sentence for direct criminal contempt from 93 days to 1 day with credit for time served, and you should be released today.
God bless you. Thank you. And I apologize very solely and for the other family.
Donna serves 1 day and is released. Next up is Michael Ray, who faces 4 charges, including criminal trespassing, second-degree assault, among others. Bonds or bail hearings are usually quick proceedings if the defendant is cooperative enough. Based on the defendant's past history, a bail amount is suggested by the prosecutor.
$25,000 full cash behind all charges. You think that's funny? We weren't done.
Ray decided to give himself an early departure, but the judge clearly wasn't having it and decided to double his bond.
So bond is $50,000. No bail credit. Thinks these are plenty charges. It's lucky I didn't hold him in contempt.
Ray just had his bond doubled to $50,000, and unsurprisingly, he wasn't done. He still had something to let off his chest.
Dude, all you gotta do is shut the fuck up.
Get rid
I'm just standing.
Hold back the contempt. Add charges.
The judge decides to add even more punishment because apparently he also flipped her off when he was leaving the first time.
30 days to serve on contempt for flipping me off twice.
It looks like that'll be all he's getting for now, but no, wait, he's coming back.
If we bring him back in, he's just gonna get another 30 days for doing something else.
And here Ray comes.
Sir, I'm holding you in contempt for what you did. And so, all right, you can take him back. 100 days to serve.
100 days to serve? Okay.
Yeah.
That's right, she just gave him 100 days in jail, and surely now it's over, but Ray finds a way to make it worse.
I think we need to.
Yeah.
Can we bring him back?
He's gotta be charged.
In a space of 3 minutes, Michael Ray increased his charges from just 4 to 10 with a bond of $50,000 and 100 days in jail for contempt. This is
that's crazy.
Dan to Wright, and court
This bitch right here.
for the shooting death of high school
more.
student Jordan Fleet. He pleaded guilty to armed robbery, conspiracy to commit armed robbery, felony firearm violation, and second-degree murder. The family member makes a victim impact statement on behalf of the mother, who was too overcome with emotions to speak.
Why you felt that what you wanted, you were entitled to. Why you thought his death was an acceptable response to your jealousy or desire to what he had. Drugs, clothes, money, jewelry, phones, shoes, whatever it was that you felt you needed more than his life. Your why will never be better than his life. Your want will never trump my son's death.
His demeanor during the speech is strange for someone who should be remorseful. His speech even made it worse, as it sounded so lighthearted.
I just want to tell y'all, I'll be home soon. R.I.P. Keon. I love my family.
The judge was absolutely appalled by his demeanor and decided to reject the sentence agreement.
Watching you sit there, smile, and laugh, and shake your head like this was no big deal, I'm very tempted to just say, I'm not going to accept this sentence agreement. We'll go to trial, and if you're convicted of felony murder, you'll go to prison for the rest of your life. That means you'll die there. That's what I'm tempted to do.
1 hour later, after discussing with the victim's mother and grandparents,
we understand that obviously this is the defendant brutally murdered their son by shooting him in the back of the head. He's shown absolutely no remorse. However, the Glee family does want to move on with this, and they are asking, as well as the people, that you proceed with the sentence.
the judge accepts the sentencing agreement and puts 17-year-old Danta Wright behind bars from 25 to 52 years. Up next, we're at the Bluegrass State, the state of Kentucky, where 20-year-old Austin Boone is charged with speeding and possession of drug paraphernalia. Days of being prepped by his attorney was shattered by one question from Judge Stephanie Burke.
To the speeding 22 over and possession of drug paraphernalia on January 23rd.
His head went totally blank.
Well, if you plead guilty, then I can give you the plea agreement that you made.
Yeah, whatever the agreement was.
Okay, you're gonna let the plead guilty and get a $44 fine plus traffic school plus $100 fine on the drug paraphernalia. You would pay that today and then go to traffic school so that you would not get the 6 points on your license. Is that what you understood?
It was looking like a quick day in court with Austin Boone accepting the conditions of his sentence agreement. And while the judge finalizes the details, a bailiff notices something wrong about the defendant's attire, his trousers specifically.
178. Yeah. Your pants need to be up when you're in court.
They are real.
Sir, up.
They were up. It,
Okay, that's inappropriate. They need to be around your waist, not below your bottom. Not below your bottom.
Hilarious to some members of the court, but Judge Burke was not having it.
Understand that you're in a court. Okay, you do what the judge says, and that is pull your pants up around your waist. Pull your pants up. If you have to tighten your belts, you're going to be an adult when you come to court. Do you understand?
Yes, I'm trying to leave.
You're going to stay a lot longer than you'd like if you don't pull your pants up.
Yeah, they are ugly.
Have a seat. Seat. Because I said so.
He was given 15 minutes to think about his acts in the jury box, but what he did when he came out was nothing short of hilarious. He had totally removed the trousers, exposing his athletic shorts alone.
By removing your pants was extremely poor judgment. Okay, I'm holding you in contempt. I'm going to sentence you to 7 days to serve for direct contempt of court.
As the bailiff takes him into custody, he makes one last request. Austin Boone eventually served 2 days in jail for contempt of court. As for the original charges of speeding and possession of drug paraphernalia, the judge honored the plea agreement, ordering him to attend traffic school and pay $178 in fines. If you enjoyed this video, check out our other awesome videos on the channel. Thanks for watching.
Whew. That is one crazy video. All you gotta do is listen to the judge and you won't get sentenced to or pay more money. But yeah, comment, like, share, subscribe, and be out this bitch.